Hello, it's the last week of school and you're watching TigerVision News.
Over the course of this school year, we've aired plenty of news stories every week on TVN, but not all of them have aired.
We put together a bunch of unaired stories that didn't make it onto the news this year. Enjoy.
Have you ever watched Winnie the Pooh, The Lion King, or a Goofy movie growing up? If so, then you've probably grew up listening to one of the most influential voice actors of all time, Jim Cummings. Jim has played many roles, including the voices of Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and Scar. His work is not limited to movies, as he's also done speaking parts in popular video games such as Fallout and The Elder Scrolls, Mass Effect, and Shrek Forever After, the video game.
I've seen all three of those movies, and I love Winnie the Pooh. It's like an iconic one that I used to watch all the time when I was a kid. So,
my favorite childhood movie was The Lion King because it taught me like animals and stuff, and like safari animals are pretty cool. They're cooler than me, and they're wild.
After all the work he's done so far, he's far from finished, and he'll reprise his role as Winnie the Pooh in the upcoming movie Christopher Robin. This has been Cooper Schick reporting for TigerVision News.
Freshmen, I know some of you are stressed about coming up into high school, but it's not as scary as it seems, so maybe these tips from sophomores that were just in your shoes last year might be able to help you out.
My main advice for oncoming freshmen is to not really be that scared of the junior and senior class, because I don't think they're gonna have much time to think about you, because they're having to deal with their future decisions in life.
So my advice to the upcoming freshmen would be to study for all of your tests. In high school, tests can be a little difficult. Some classes you don't get study guides, so you gotta read the chapters, you gotta do what you can to be ready for the test, and always be prepared. It's one of the biggest parts of any test in high school.
My biggest piece of advice for upcoming freshmen would be to always focus on your grades. A lot of other things can seem more important, but I guarantee that your grades are really important, so just keep that in mind.
I advise the upcoming freshman class to always be on time. One of the worst things you can do in high school is be late. If you're always on time, that means you can start on time. And when you start on time, you can finish your assignments and your studies on time, which will help you be more successful in the future.
Remember to focus on your grades, be on time, study for tests, and do not be scared of upperclassmen. They're not as scary as you think, and feel free to ask us any questions throughout the school year. This is Audrey Gillen reporting for TigerVision News.
how hard do you work on your schoolwork? While some like to take the easy route, others like to work as hard as they can to rise to the top.
Academically, I'm doing very well. I have a 4.1 GPA. I'm taking 2 AP classes, AP Calculus and AP US History. I strive for greatness academically because it prepares me for college, and I get college credit when taking AP classes, so that's why I do that.
On average, I spend about 2 to 3 hours a day studying. I usually study for AP Stats and AP World History and Comp 2.
Some other activities I do other than study: I play baseball, I swim, and I love going to church. The average time I spend on these other activities is about 6 to 7 hours a day.
Hard work really pays off. This is Lauren Wilcox reporting for TigerVision News.
As high schoolers, you remember the tip buyout as a day you were rewarded for being a good person. Nowadays, there's different requirements.
This semester, we changed the requirement for tip. Teachers no longer had to keep track of tip points in the classroom. We just decided to do that in the office itself. So for the kids to be eligible to go to the tip buyout, they couldn't have any more than 8 absences, whether they were excused or unexcused. No, and they did not count were school-related absences. That took care of attendance. From a behavior standpoint, discipline, they couldn't have more than 2 detentions, after-school detentions. And on academics, they had to have at least a 75% average. They couldn't have anything less than a C in any class when we did this. So that's how we came up with our list of kids this year.
Whether you do or don't go, it's a good incentive for people to be good. This is Whitman Abbott reporting for TigerVision News.
I decided my first stop on tour of the town would be Urban Station. Built on an old drugstore, Urban Station is now the famous pizza joint of Fort Gibson. But it's not only a pizza joint. I was able to interview Urban Station's owner to tell you more information.
My name is Neil Boatwright, and I am the owner of Urban Station. Well, Urban Station started about 2 years ago, the idea, the concept. We had other businesses in downtown, and we decided that we would like to open up a restaurant to bring in more foot traffic into the downtown area, and to help out the other businesses that we had, to just get more people to come to downtown. And the urban station is located in a 112-year-old building. So my wife is here at Urban Station with me. She runs the servers and works downstairs, and she does all the ordering for the clothing, the women's clothing and stuff. And she's my business partner. The north room downstairs has changed throughout the year that we've been open, and which now it is candy, old-time pop, desserts, ice cream, shakes, and floats, and Dippin' Dots, and because there's a lot of people that are coming through town, coming to visit the fort or the National Cemetery, and they've already eaten lunch or dinner, and so they might just come in to shop around and end up getting a treat. You know, they get them some dessert while they're in visiting the restaurant.
That's all I got for Tour of the Town. I'll see you next week on TigerVision News.
As we all know, school can be stressful. To help combat stress and make your time here more enjoyable, try a relaxing activity that stimulates your brain and can be a creative outlet.
Knitting impacts my life because it helps me relax. When I'm in super stressful situations like a TV interview or a faculty meeting, sometimes I just need to keep my hands busy so that I can relax. Knitting has been shown to have the same effects on your emotional well-being as things like yoga and meditation. And they think that it's because of the repetitive, relaxing movement of working the needles through the yarn. And it's just like when you do anything, like concentrate on your breath. Then you have to think about those movements, and it helps relax your mind from thinking about all the other things that might occupy it. Exercise also helps reduce stress because it releases natural hormones that help you feel good. But it also has the same idea of repetitive movements, your foot hitting the ground when you're jogging, that you have to concentrate on how you're breathing with each step that you take or each pace that you run. And so that's also a good way to reduce stress, like knitting. Journaling can also help reduce stress because you're setting goals, and that helps you plan your life so that you know when you have time to do your homework or your teacher plans, and when you have some free time so that you can sit in front of Netflix.
As busy as you are, always set aside time for yourself and do things that you genuinely enjoy. This is Lauren Wilcox reporting for TigerVision News.
If you're looking for a jump start in your college education, then AP classes may be for you. AP stands for Advanced Placement. AP classes are held at most schools and can give you a head start on your college education.
In my opinion, AP classes are a lot different from regular classes because you have everyone in there and they all want to learn. Like, they're all in there for about the same purpose and they all want to learn. They all work harder. You don't have a lot of people like slacking off. And how they work, if you take AP classes and you pass the AP exam, you can earn college credits, so therefore you don't have to retake that class in college. There is a lot of work involved in it, but like if you're willing to do it, it'll really help you out in the long run.
I enjoy being in AP classes because they push me to be a better student, and like I'm able to like work harder to like get a good grade, because in the end that's what matters.
AP classes not only benefit your college years, but your high school years as well. If you're interested in getting college credits or above a 3.5 GPA, talk to your counselor today. This is Women Abbott reporting for TigerVision News.
The Walt Disney Company was founded in 1923 during the silent film era by the Disney Brothers. They started out in the back of a small office that was occupied by Holly Vermont Realty in Los Angeles. There they began a series of cartoons called the Alice Comedies. Pretty soon, however, they moved onto a bigger location when their company began to grow and were able to build a new studio.
In 1928, Mickey Mouse was born, followed by Pluto, Goofy, Donald Duck, and the rest of the Disney cast. Nearly a decade later, they released their first full-length animated film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The movie quickly gained worldwide success, and with the profits, Disney was able to build an even bigger studio on 51-acre land in Burbank.
My favorite Disney movie is probably Mulan because it has a strong female lead and you can use it to talk about the Confucian expectations of women during the Chinese dynasties.
Beauty and the Beast is my favorite Disney movie, partly because of the books, obviously, the amazing library, but also because she sees past people's outward appearances into the heart of who they really are. So I really admired her for that.
From the theme parks that first opened in 1955 to Incredibles 2 that is being released in June of this year, Disney has always found a way to stay with us. This is Noah Jorgensen reporting for TigerVision News.
Whether you believe eating fast food is good for you or not, eating out every day can ruin your body. Let's see if teachers and students agree or disagree.
My opinion of fast food is that it is not healthy for you. I think it has too many fats and sugars and carbs in it. And the portion size for Americans is just way too large.
I think it's unhealthy and it's greasy and I eat it, but I try my best not to. I think I've actually gone like 2-3 weeks without eating it now. But I do think it's very unhealthy and I'm probably going to stop eating it just to get healthy.
Fast food's pretty good. I mean, it's good for what it's worth. I don't recommend because it's really expensive, but everywhere else is pretty dadgum good.
Yeah, I like fast food. It's pretty good. It's really convenient for when you have to go somewhere pretty soon and you just are hungry, so yeah, I like it.
Whether you see burger, chicken nuggets, and or footlong subs in your future or not, eating out, try not to make it a daily routine. This is Todd reporting for TigerVision News.
While most of us dread taking AR tests and in-class exams, reading itself isn't so bad. Instead of stressing out over tests, go back and realize that reading is actually a good thing.
Well, reading is a life skill, something you're going to have to do all your life. You have to use it every day. Some of the things to me that make reading enjoyable are it's a way to escape, it's therapy, it makes me feel better, makes me think about other people and their situations. And some of my favorite readings are about animals, and so I enjoy Bill Wallace books as far as kids' books go.
Well, I like to read because I look at every book like an adventure, so it lets me escape the stresses of my day. And I get to let my imagination wander to these amazing new worlds within each book. Right now I'm reading the series called The Five Kingdoms. It's by Brennan Mull. This is book 2 right now. It's a really good series. It's a fantasy. If you like that sort of thing, I highly recommend it.
My favorite book is Diary of the Wimpy Kid, and it's really funny because this guy, his name is Greg, he has a terrible life, but it's weird.
My favorite book is Dolphins because I like to learn about dolphins, how they swim, and what they eat.
Don't let tests and due dates ruin your reading experience. Remember that reading is for entertainment and learning what you really want to know. This is Lauren Wilcox reporting for TigerVision News.
Fort Gibson offers a host of various computer-related classes to students. The benefits of these classes may be difficult to realize, but these skills are very important in real-world jobs. So you can use a word processor, but do you know how to make a graph and make it attractive to clients? These are the skills that businesses like to see in their employees. The rise of computer technologies in offices and in the workplace requires workers to know how to use them. Many office jobs require workers to know the basics of data entry and organization and know how to use a word or spreadsheet processor. Keyboarding speed, word processing experience, and similar skills look really attractive on a resume, and Fort Gibson's computer, keyboarding, and multimedia classes can help students with that.
I cannot think of a single job that does not require some computer skills. Even the trash man may use computer skills in mapping where they're going. Keyboarding will help you in your beginning computer classes, and I know they will help you in your later keyboarding classes. I just don't think computers are going to go away, and more jobs are going to require the skills for computing.
These skills are very important to have, so please consider taking these classes while you are in high school. This is Hunter Ball reporting for TigerVision News.
As this year comes to an end, so does our time with our senior friends. I had the opportunity to talk with some of our seniors about their plans after high school.
After high school, I plan on going to OSU, majoring in computer engineering, and figuring it out from there.
I'm definitely going to go to college. I don't know what I want to major in. I've always loved volunteering in a hospital, so working in a hospital is probably my end goal. It's just figuring out how I want to help people.
I didn't really have any plans a year ago. This all just kind of came this year, so I guess they were different.
I will definitely just miss like seeing everyone that I've been with for so long. You know what I mean? Especially just like my best friends.
Mostly I'll miss the social aspect of it, but that's about it. And don't be afraid to try anything legal, you know, like friend groups, clubs, etc., etc.
Just to every single teacher here at Fort Gibson has made an impact on me. And I can say that honestly. Miss Edwards is amazing. Miss Brandon, Miss Wicks are amazing, and so is Miss Cole, and all of them have pushed me past what I thought I could do, and they've made me a way better person, and teachers are important. So
I guess the band as a whole for kind of being there, being a family for me, being my first friend group in high school, kind of always having my back.
Graduation will be on May 18th in the new gym, so be sure to be there in support of your friends and family.
Even though he's not going to see this, I'm going to give a big shout out to Joe Dean and Nate Walking Stick.
While our seniors may be leaving soon, there is still fun to be had with them and memories to share. This is Caitlin Bowden reporting for TigerVision News.
Thank you for watching our stories. We put a lot of work into making them for news every week.
It's hard work, but it's also a lot of fun. If you're interested in joining TigerVision News next year, come by Mrs. Parasoto's room for more information. Thank you and have a great summer.